Welcome back to Student Hub Live. Well, this is the end of our program today, but we've got time before we leave you for a lunch break to talk about making your study work for you. So I'm delighted to be joined by Andrew Haddon. Welcome, Andrew. Now, Andrew is one of our careers and employability consultants at the Open University, and he's been working as part of a team delivering a project called Achieving Your Goals, which provides tailored information, advice, and guidance to our students. So, Andrew, do you want to tell us what you've got in store for us today?
Yes, Karen, thanks for that. Yes, Achieving Your Goals has been a year-long pilot project. And as part of that, we put together a short animation, which we're going to be showing you in a moment, which is really breaking the career decision-making process down into 4 stages. So what I'd like the students to do is just think about, as you watch the video, which stage do you belong to at the moment, what do you most identify with? And then after we've watched the video, we're going to be talking in turn about each of the 4 career decision-making stages and looking at some OU resources which deal with them and can really be helpful for any one of those stages.
Brilliant, excellent.
Maybe you're just starting to explore your career ideas, or you already have plans and are discovering what it'll take to make them happen. You might be ready to apply for opportunities and achieve your goals, or are looking at how you can progress your own personal development. Whatever stage you're at, the Careers and Employability Service will help you make decisions, take action, and be more career confident. Discover. It's a common feeling to be uncertain about your career direction. Decisions can be hard to make when there's a range of options open to you. It's also an exciting opportunity to explore what's out there, to consider what you've got to offer, and to decide what's going to work for you. On the website, you can make an appointment with one of our career and employability consultants. They'll help you to access information and resources, make informed choices, find out more about different occupations, and to research the options open to you with your subject. Explore. If you have a career in mind and are not sure how to get there, then it's time to get your ideas into shape and plan how to turn them into reality. Getting experience can be a key way to test out your career ideas, build your network, and gain the skills and experience employers and organisations are looking for. Registering with Opportunity Hub gives you access to a range of volunteering opportunities, internships including virtual options, part-time and graduate jobs. Connect with employers by taking part in virtual career fairs, going on employer insight visits, and taking part in employer-led forums and webinars. Achieve. If you're ready to achieve your career goals and secure that job, that promotion, that opportunity, or that new direction, we're here to help and provide the insight on what employers and organisations are looking for. You can access resources on CVs, applications, interviews, psychometric testing and assessment centres, and you can work with career staff to ensure you're prepared and ready to succeed at each stage of achieving your goals. Progress. You might be studying your course purely for personal interest and are not looking to follow any career-related goals. You might, however, want to participate in activities in your community, pursue further study, or progress other development goals. Equally, you may have started with the Open University for personal development, but your studies have now encouraged an interest in changing or developing your career or using your learning in another way. You can talk through any of these ideas with one of our careers and employability consultants, find opportunities for volunteering on Opportunity Hub, and find resources on volunteering and further study on the website. So remember, whatever stage you're at, the Careers and Employability Service can help you make decisions, take action, and be more career confident.
So that was a really interesting video. And Andrew, we're going to talk about each of those stages. But before we do that, Michelle, I wonder if we could just come to you, because we asked people at home which stages of career readiness people identified with the most. So first, let's have a look to see what they had to say, and then let's see what people are talking about at home. So the response to our poll about which stage you feel most likely to be at is here. So most people say that they're on the explore stage, with some on the discover stage, but very few in the achieve, progress, or they don't know, aren't sure phase. So, Michelle, how's everyone doing at home?
I think we're doing great. We've had a lot of interest in the sessions today. Trisha, I love this. She said that teachers should be paid millions of pounds, which I completely agree with.
Yeah.
Georgia is interested in becoming a history teacher. So here's an example of someone online who is thinking about a career change. And that got us into a discussion around creativity and how history teachers need to be creative, which was really interesting just in general. And we also had a question around could you become a teacher if you're dyslexic? And we were talking about, of course you can. Uh, but dyslexic people are quite often very creative. They're problem solvers, they're solution focused, and it leads to a lot of creativity, and that can come into the classroom as well. So, being creative is something we've been talking about, and people just are really excited to hear what we have to say in this last session. And I've also
Brilliant.
got, I must sneak in, my fake Gary, my stand in Gary from Mark, but he's actually on this
Oh,
side now,
Megan,
fast
look at
asleep. So,
that. Oh, oh, is Gary there? Has he gone out?
no, he's asleep right next to me, so he's just chilling.
Oh, Megan's been asleep all the way through. They're such good study buddies, aren't they, our little
They
animals?
are
We're
the
very
best.
lucky.
Better than therapy.
Aw. No, for sure. So, Andrew, you're going to talk us through each of these stages then. What's the first stage and why is that important then for students? So a lot of people were sort of looking at this stage. It wasn't the most popular though in terms of where everyone was at home.
Yes. Well, first of all, the results of the poll are not that surprising because we find that most of our students were in these first two stages, which is really
Yeah.
either they're not sure what career they want to pursue, or they are sure but they're not quite sure how to get there, what the route would be. So for the first of those, for Discover, I think what it comes down to is knowing yourself, your skills and your qualities. So this can be done in various ways. One of those ways is to use our excellent resource called Career Planning Guide, which I believe may already have been discussed this morning. It's a almost 200-page PDF or a hard copy booklet, and it's got a series of exercises in it where you ask yourself questions and really look at your skills and qualities and preferences. So that'd be one way. Another way would be to use an automated program like Kudos Adult Directions, where you answer questions and the computer will suggest what careers might suit you best. And a third way would be to have a consultation with a careers consultant if you want the human touch.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And many people really enjoy that. What about the next stage then, the explore stage, which is where most of our audience are at right now?
Yes. Expert, yeah, this is probably what we get the most calls about. Someone may ask, as in the last session, I want to be a teacher. How do I go about doing this? Or I want to be a nurse. I want to be a lawyer. And yeah, this is all about exploring the labour market. So the first place to head for that is the Careers and Employability Services website, which has got a great section on what can I do with my OU subject, or how do I become question mark, where you can really look at it because some careers have got requirements beyond a degree. Maybe you need to have a certain level of maths or English. Maybe you need to have experience going into it. Maybe you need to have volunteer work or internships. So speaking of which, also if you head to the OU Opportunity Hub, there is a wealth of opportunities there, including internships and virtual internships, and also including employer visits. We've had either virtual or face-to-face visits to employers. For instance, last year we took a group of students to the BBC headquarters in Glasgow for a tour of the building. So that's where you can learn more about careers there. Yeah, so that would be, and also on that subject, yeah, employer fairs. Yeah, we've just had a great fair, a law careers fair last week where a lot of students attended, employers were in attendance, and every year in November we have something called OU Online Talent Connect, which is an event attended by thousands of students and about 70 employers.
Brilliant. Now, there's lots to cover and not a huge amount of time.
Okay.
But the third stage is about the achieve stage. Now, while a lot of people sort of hadn't mentioned they were at the stage, I'm very mindful that with the changes in situations, many people may find themselves actively seeking jobs or additional jobs, or perhaps they're looking for a change of jobs as well. So, what's
Yes.
important about that third stage?
Mm. Yeah, well, one of the main things about that is someone's looking for a job either whilst they're studying or when they've graduated, because remember you can use the careers and employability services for 3 years after graduating.
Yeah.
So one of the common things we'll get asked is either CVs or interview skills, and we've got a host of information on the OU website about that. But also, what they can do is book a careers consultation where, or even by email guidance, and we will review people's CVs, cover letters, personal statements, and also we can do mock interviews. We've also got an online platform called Sonru where people can practice mock interview skills, and that's reviewed by either an employer or a member of the careers team. So yeah, there's a wealth of ways we can help people who are
Okay,
looking for a job.
brilliant. No, that's perfect. Sorry, my dog's barking here. I think the post must be due. And the final stage, then the progress stage, that's about readiness to move into a
Hmm.
different career. What can you tell us about that?
Well, there's a lot of people could fall into this category. It could be someone who is studying for personal development reasons. Maybe they're not doing it for career reasons. Or many of our students are retired. We've got students of all ages, including people in their 80s. It could also be people who are in a job but want to take a level up to the next, stage and maybe do a master's course. Or even a PhD, and to find those, again, head to the OU Careers and Employability services, or the OU's website, the prospectus, has got a section on postgraduate courses, because sometimes masters are not essential, but they can be a good way of developing your skills and really specialize in a particular area. And also another thing would be volunteer work. Sometimes people, maybe for career reasons or just because they want to give something back to society, might want to do volunteering. And again, Opportunity Hub is the place to head for that. So the progress stage is certainly a diverse range of people in that stage.
Brilliant. And the links in the chat box. And Julianne said that the Law
Thanks.
Careers Fair was very, very good indeed. So that's
Yeah,
super.
I've had
Well,
that.
we've covered an awful lot, and it seems to me that there is so much that's available. My head's absolutely full with ideas and inspiration. But the one thing that does sort of, I guess, make sense is to go onto that resources page of the careers website. There's so much
Yes.
there that you can do in terms of simulating various things and finding information, some brilliant
Yep.
resources. I love that careers planning workbook as well. It's, in fact, just a nice sort of self-development thing, I think, to think about some of the things that you're good at and not. So, Andrew, thank you so much for joining me with
Thank
that.
you.
It's been
Yeah,
a
I would
really, really
definitely say
useful
my
session.
overall advice would be check out the website, and if you're at all
Yeah,
unsure about anything, just get in touch, book an appointment with a consultant, and we'll definitely go into it in more depth.
that's wonderful. Well, thank you very much.
Thanks.
Michelle, how are you doing? And how's everyone at home? Look what I've got for my lunch.
You are so lucky. I haven't
Oh,
even had breakfast yet, although I snuck in
oh
one
no.
biscuit. It's true. Well, I asked people at home how they're feeling. Leanne has said determined. Tala has said inspired. Thomas has said optimistic. Mandy has said hopeful. And Donna has said positive. So that sounds pretty good to me.
Oh, no one said hungry. I'm ravenous.
Me too. I've got to go straight to another
But
meeting.
I can enjoy. Oh, have you? I was going to ask Michelle what you were going to be doing this afternoon.
Well, oh, look, Gary's come to say hello. Oh, you can't see him because I'm in this little screen. That's all right. Uh, I will be in meetings and then back to you on Student Hub Live for the fast session this afternoon. Can't get
Oh,
enough
that
of
will be
Student Hub Live.
wonderful. Oh, neither can I. It's going to be brilliant. So thank you so much, Michelle, for fielding all the questions. Thank you also to everybody at home for watching and being so superb. I love these sessions with you guys. It's so nice to be able to connect. I hope we've inspired you and you've had a great opportunity to talk to each other. This afternoon, we've got a session from the Faculty of Arts and Social Sciences. It's a showcase. We're going to be talking about all the new modules, whether or not you're a student in that faculty. It's lovely to be able to meet some of the teams. We've got some really, really interesting discussions as well. So you can find out all sorts of things in this afternoon session. And the programme is on the Student Hub Live website. So do check that out. And I'll be back after my short lunch break at 1:30 till 5 o'clock this afternoon, when we'll be going through all of the exciting new curriculum that we've got in store for you. So thank you for watching. If there's anything we haven't covered or anything specific, you can just email studenthub@open.ac.uk and we'll field your questions straight back to the careers team. They've put an amazing amount of work into this event. They're such a wonderful, inspiring and delightful bunch. So I hope you've enjoyed meeting some of them. You can talk to them and follow up your career aspirations in a variety of ways with them. So I hope that it's been a useful thing for you to meet them. It's never too early to start thinking about your potential career. And over the summer is a time that they're they're most busy. So hence we have this event on today. So thank you everyone for all your hard work in organising this from the team and all my wonderful guests. I'm going to be back in an hour, and thank you everybody for watching, and we will see you very, very soon. Bye for now.